Hello guys, this is the AJ Studios and welcome back to my channel. And I haven't really posted as frequently as I normally do on my channel. You know, I post like 2 to 3 videos a week. And there has been a really big reason for this. I've been quite busy, and because I've basically been watching a lot of old Doctor Who episodes. Which brings me to a question I want to talk about today, which is the classic era of Doctor Who and why you should actually watch it or even, give it a try. Because if you're like me and you started watching Doctor Who in the Christopher Eccleston, David Tennant time, and, in the revival, and you've only seen and experienced that side of Doctor Who, the 45-minute episode and occasionally a 2-parter, that then you should definitely be watching Doctor Who, the classic versions. The only reason that I've actually been able to watch these is because I got sent a hard drive with them all on, and they were taken off a DVD, which then it got put onto the hard drive, which then I got sent. So there is a lot of episodes, but I have a lot of benefits and things like that I get that I feel would come from watching classic episodes of Doctor Who. So, first benefit is that the fact that you get a good flesh out, everything's fleshed out. Because of how much time they had, they were having like 20 odd minutes per episode, but they made multiple parts instead. So they weren't, restricted to that 45 minutes to make an episode. They were, they had 80 minutes, and whatever 20 times 6 is an hour and a bit. No, that's not right. You're an idiot. I'd say about an hour and a half. No, that's not. What? Oh, man. Great, I'm just making myself look like an idiot while I try to do maths. But with the 6-parters and the 8-parters, and I think I saw an episode that's like 10 parts, they really would flesh out the characters that you're watching instead of squishing it all into 45 minutes. I think that, if you are watching all the classic episodes, or the classic episodes, you actually get an understanding of how Doctor Who works and what the actual figures and the stats and how everything works and how that fits into that and why this happens, or the name for the TARDIS, or how the Doctor started, like, or what his previous companions were, or how his villains were created, Davros, like Genesis of the Daleks, and his Earthshock, for example, is a brilliant Cybermen story, and that really shows the Cybermen. I'm trying to think of the first Cybermen story, but it won't come into my head. I recently watched the first episode, which is called The Unearthly Child, and I thought it was very slow paced, so yeah, but that was just the first episode. But it did definitely show up loads of things, like time vortexes and what they were and what they did, and what the TARDIS was and how it travelled through time, and how the Doctor is an alien, and at the time his companion was a Time Lord as well, or Time Woman, his grandchild, and how she definitely stood out from everyone else. And I think that if you watch the classic series, you will see the massive progression in the character of the Doctor, and it will also show to you, the fact that people like Russell T Davies or whatever did not create the show. These people in these episodes created the show. They made the show what it is. These people just copied it. Yeah, and I think that that's something that really is not very good. If you don't really want to see the black and white ones, then you can just go to the Jon Pertwee era, because all the Jon Pertwee onwards are all in colour. The first episode that is in colour is Spearheads from Space, which I watched, and it is an amazing story. Now, the DVDs for these things are quite expensive, I'll admit, especially if you've got, but especially if you've got, an 8-part or whatever. But you can buy, box set things that have got like Dalek episodes or whatever in, and it's got like 3 to 4 Dalek episodes, and they're costing you about £20. And then there is some, there are some episodes that are insanely cheap because there's so many of them. They're quite cheap. So, the Spearhead from Space one that I bought was like £3. And you buy them on the internet, buy them at second-hand DVD shops or whatever. So, I definitely suggest you go out and watch, or try to find some at a good price. I won't, go out personally, just go buy some. It doesn't mean you may not even like the classic episodes, but that shouldn't matter really. What was I going to talk about? Come back to me. The eight episodes and the 6 episodes and the 4 episodes, you really need to sort of get used to it. It's quite odd because, you've got to invest quite a lot of time into an episode, and I don't think a lot of people are going to like that. So you have to... I would suggest a 4 episode would be a good one to start with. I think there's an occasional 2. I don't know what episodes of 2s. I've been looking around for them, but I can't find any. But there's plenty of 4s, There's some really brilliant episodes that you're missing out on, such as The 10th Planet, which is the first Cyberman story that I was trying to think of earlier. There is that's a William Hartnell story, by the way, and you see the Mondasian Cybermen, the ones that were in Series 10, that ones. You can actually get to see them and how they were created to begin with, and, the fact that they didn't have gloves, so they had to use their real hands and whatever. Earthshock is a brilliant Cybermen story, with Peter Davison. John Pertwee's first episode, Spearheads from Space, his second episode, which I'm currently watching, called The Silurians. That's quite a long one. It's quite long and going on a long time because it's like 7 parts. But once it actually gets started, it's actually quite good. And I'm now coming towards the end of it, but that's not the point. But there are some brilliant episodes out there, so I would definitely suggest that you go and look at some of the classic episodes, because some of the classic episodes are amazing, and you're definitely missing out if you just stick to the David Tennant and the Eccleston episodes. So, thank you guys for watching. This has been Dear Justice. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a like. My review for Spider-Man Homecoming is hopefully going to come on Sunday, after I've seen it yesterday. But thank you guys for watching. This has been Dear Justice. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it a like, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.